Nice, come on. Get your headgear on, dude. Okay. Right. Not only are we still going out live, of course, while there's a bit of downtime while the autos come out, the first ride, basically the first adult pro rider I've seen milling about this weekend has just popped in to the booth down here, so let's have a chat with him to get his take on it. Got Stuart Edmonds down here from the Apico Husqvarna team. Stuart, well, first and foremost, last time I spoke to you proper, we were indoors and it was dry, very different. But you know, I know you love all this, so well, I think you do. You still wouldn't be doing it otherwise. So just tell us, what's your thoughts coming in? Obviously, it looks like it's going to be a mudder. There's more rain to come. Does that faze you, or are you just too experienced now and just get on with it?
Yeah, no, to be fair, I've just come in and seen all the ruts and stuff, and this is a type of track that I really enjoy, especially with mudders. I seem to go well on the muddy type tracks, and I'm consistent, just keep pushing in the laps and stuff, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow, even though it is a little bit muddy for the kids, and I'm actually feeling sorry for some of the 65s out there really hanging it out and getting caught in some of the ruts. But look, they're giving it their all, and I have to say fair play to them as well.
Well, you've been there before plenty of times. In fact, growing up in Ireland, let's be honest, it's called the Emerald Island because it's green, and it's green because you get so much rain. Can you remember as a kid then, you know, having that, like, your mud plugging, and how was it for you as a kid when you had to get out there and do that? Did you used to stamp your feet and put your arms in the air in case you got stuck, or was you calm?
Oh no, definitely. There was definitely a few tantrums. I'll give you one example. I fell off in the mud and I kicked my tank, and it was aluminium, and my dad seen me throw a wobbler and he asked me, "Did you throw a wobbler?" And I was like, "Nope." He says, "What's the dent in the tank?" Ever since that day I didn't throw a wobbler, so I used to throw a fair few in the muck, but it's just one of those things when you're a kid, like it's you look back at it now, it's completely different. Like, the wheels are smaller, you're still growing up, you're still kind of developing, so getting around like stuff like that is really, really tough. Like, and you learn as you get older how to adapt to it and stuff, so they will learn as the years goes on, and believe me, I know that, and you know that yourself.
I do indeed. So going back to like where you're at now then, or whatever, have you had a good off season? You feeling fit and confident? You got no niggling injuries, nothing that's going to hold you back? You're ready to go. Touching wood, by the way. Stuart is here, so yeah, still feeling good.
Yeah, no. Look, I haven't got a most positive winter as what I would say with regards to riding. Obviously, everyone's on the same boat with the weather and stuff. It's been terrible, and getting out back home and stuff. But I've been lucky to be able to get over to Spain for a week, about 2 weeks ago there. So the week that I had over there was really, really good. I just stayed with all the gym fitness, the bicycle fitness and stuff, and everything I could do back home off the bike. So I suppose tomorrow we'll see, and then we'll just have to work on tomorrow, see where we're at, and make a few notes and just work hard for the next few weeks.
I don't think you'll take offence from this. You've been around the block enough times now. How do you approach round one? What do you come in with a strategy? Do you have any thought? Is it just that classic, let's just see where we're at, or do you, as a racer, just always want to win? I mean, it goes against your thought process, I think, of not wanting to win, but we all know first round you want to at least get solid points on the board. So what's your feelings coming into this opening weekend? Yeah,
definitely. Strategy wise, I didn't really have a major strategy. I used to just come in, obviously I had my winter, so you couldn't really change that. So the first round it is what it is, and just kind of go off the first round. But this year I've decided to just try things differently, just go all out, do as best as I can, and if it's a good result, it's a good result. If it's a bad one, well then we can work on it. So the most important part is just making sure this round that I push as hard as I can for the first round, and then I'll have a good base to know where I'm at.
Yeah, and what I mean, obviously we're all talking about it, you know, it's not with the whole coronavirus and whatever, you know. Have you ever even stopped to consider that this, you know, we don't want to think about it, but this first round could be key, and you know, we might have to miss some rounds. I don't want to be overly negative, but we might. So does that put more pressure on getting a good early result?
It's funny that you say that. I've actually been thinking about that the last couple of days. It's not nowhere near as bad here, but back home they've gone on full lockdown. So it's a little bit, it's not supposed to scare him, but it's like all the racing's cancelled back home, and our racing's kind of small groups and stuff. So when you see that back home, they're trying to prevent a lot of stuff happening, like obviously regards to Italy and the rest of the country. So for us to have this first round, it is really, really important that we have a good round, and I think every other rider is going to be thinking the exact same thing, because there is a good chance of the rest of being cancelled for a good month. God forbid,
Yeah.
luck on our side, it isn't, and nothing kind of gets worse than it is, but it definitely is. It has been on my mind the last couple of days.
So more pressure for you lot, but better for us. I love that, because we're in the good bit. We just get you lot going through emotions. That's perfect. All right, well, Stu, we wish you the best of luck tomorrow. Obviously, I know you'll get a lot of pleasure in watching these kids go at it. Stay safe, obviously, and have a great day tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I'm enjoying it now. So just watch the kids, see all the lines. Sometimes the kids have really good lines, so I'll keep an eye on some of the younger riders, and look forward to it tomorrow. Thanks very much.
Okay, well, obviously that's we're going to keep Stu on the live feed for a little while. Obviously, we simultaneously interviewed him there for people on site as well. So Stuart's going to sit in here and watch these little autos get round if they can. Remember, we are going to keep mentioning it on live feed. I've just been handed another piece of paper, which is always good, because it always means I've got to do something. It looks like somebody might be in trouble again. Oh no, yeah, somebody is. The registration of the vehicle, it's LC16RWO or 0. Could you move your vehicle urgently? Carl Anderson suspension. So that's his vehicle.
That's definitely his vehicle. I've seen it down the bottom of the hill. But in fairness to him now, he couldn't get out because the whole queue of trucks were in the way. So, Carl, if you can hear us, get yourself back.
Right, there you go then. So Carl Anderson, if you could move your vehicle, we need to get somebody out of there. So if you could do that, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Obviously somebody didn't brief these kids properly, but they're now going on the circuit again.
Right, so we are not far away from starting this first auto race. That will complete the first block of racing.
So just on the live feed there, we've got a few supporters. Obviously, Mr. Bailey, was it Keith Barrows looking for Mr. Bailey? Phil Jackson, shout out to Crampton boys. Scott Dryden, good luck to George Jordan, number 88 in the autos. So a good few supporters from the parents and people back home, a lot of family.
There he is. You're right, there's so many shout outs for Riley Ray Barrett. I reckon he's paying people, isn't he, to give him a shout out.
I'm not proposing any update on the food situation.
Right, we are just on the live screen. We're obviously filming the pit box at the minute, but there's still auto riders going around on their sighting lap. Big welcome to anybody that's joining us right now on the live stream. If you just tuned in, we are at round 1 of the Judd KTM British Youth National Championship here at Little Silver, and we have so far had 4, well, let's just say entertaining opening motos. The MXY 1 and 2, or it's just MXY 2, sorry. Big wheel, small wheel, 65s have just been out on track, survived, most of them. And now we are going with the autos, so this is going to be a war of attrition. I'm not sure if it's going to be more of a war of attrition for the riders themselves or the parents. If you just tuned in, we've got Stuart Edmonds, who is the obviously riding for the Apico Husqvarna team, pro rider. Stuart, you're here watching with me. Yeah, it's more entertaining, I think, sometimes watching the parents on this one.
Yeah, it was just actually, we had a shout out for this little kiddie here, number 88. He was doing a bit of detour on the track.
Yeah.
Bless him.
He's just checking on the marshals. He was just checking the marshals were right, making sure they have had their lunch.
He had a really sweet line on the grass there, but yeah, as you said, the parents, like, I do have a little gig at myself sometimes. I think some of the parents do a bit of a better workout than the kids when they're running around after them. So
they do.
I have to give it up to the parents. They're fair play to just running around, especially on a day like today with the kids.
Well, they've cut the big heels out for the 65s, and which I was actually disappointed about. Not for the riders. I just calling me a little bit sadistic, but I just like seeing the parents suffer, really. So they're not getting quite the same physical workout, but these kids certainly will.
Do you reckon they'd have to stop halfway up the hill to catch their breath? Or?
Yeah, I saw plenty of that. You can tell the ones that smoke and the ones that don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've cut the heels out now. They're going to be tearing across the top, which makes it a little bit easier, but there's still more than enough to sort out these auto riders and give them a genuine challenge. So looking through the list of covers, I'll tell you what I do like about the auto riders. It's just in this new way now. There's some cool names in the 65 and auto class. It's just because I'm showing my age. So there's obviously some good riders out here. Just trying to find the timing sheets from qualifying. I can't remember who did what. Could you just move your foot there, Stu? Thank you. Trod on the lead. So qualifying in the auto practice, Aaron Todd, number 101, was the quickest. Just going back to that, in the practice for the autos, Aaron Todd was the quickest. He is rider 101, and he was ahead of Harry Dell, number 983. Riley Ray Barrow, who is obviously getting a load of likes on the live stream. He is qualified third, ahead of Arthur Moore, number 67. Tommy Perfect was fifth, number 50, just ahead of number 611, Archie Dixon. Then Casey Lister was in seventh in qualifying, number 125. Then it was Brian Giles, number 167, ahead of William Evans, who was number 104. And then rounding out the top 10 was number 307, Rio Cook. But I'm just looking at the difference. The top three even, were pretty much all on the same a second, a 202. And then the fourth place riders on a 204 and 205. So basically, I reckon we've got 6 or 7 riders here that are so evenly matched. Certainly the top 6 of Aaron Todd, Harry Dell, Riley Ray Barrow, Arthur Moore, Tommy Perfect, and Archie Dixon. All 6 of them are so evenly matched. But of course, the track is, a lot different than it was when they went out there, for sure. It's drying out, but with it the ruts are suddenly getting much deeper. What would you be saying, Stuart Edmonds, if you was a father to one of these riders right now? Would you be geeing them up? Would you be keeping them calm?
Fatherly advice, I don't know if that's a good idea from me, but no, definitely I would be telling them to keep calm, not to lose concentration, check out for wider lines, because a lot of the wider lines sometimes they're maybe bad in the practice, but come middle of the day they could be a bit better. So just to play it smart and always pick the bike up and always try to get started until someone comes. That's the main thing I tell all the kids that I coach as well. So I suppose that's the best advice I could give, really.
Yeah, would you advise them to say, obviously, if they did crash, to like you just said, to keep calm and to not get too animated?
Yeah, I've seen a few animated, tantrums, but no, look, I tell a lot of kids that I coach, I tell them to make sure they're okay, they're not hurt, up and pick up the bike as quick as they can, because if they get the bike up and they're trying to start it, if someone gets them, then it just means there's less time for them to pick the bike up, and they'll have a bit of time to rest as well. So
sound advice, there you go. Maybe one day we'll see Stewie out there running around, waving his arms in the air.
Yeah, so we had a cool little shout out from a Nan and Grand. Nan and Grandad there. I'm not the loser there. Who's it? Number 31, Harry. So they're telling you to hold the throttle open. So nice little shout out from your Nanny and Grandad there, Harry. Yeah. Also, another person, Ashley Fenton, is looking to support Harry as well. George Dredston, number 88. I think that was George that was checking out a few other lines there on the opening lap as the warm-up lap. Yes. So we've got the 15-second board up. Just as we're looking on the live stream, you can see everyone's kind of just lining up. So as we are in real time, the 15-second board has gone up, the gate's about to drop. And the gate is on. I'd love to do a whole opening ceremony of like a horse race, but I'm not really too good at speaking that fast. So as we looking at the live stream here, the gate's just about to drop. Just waiting on the leading riders to come around. So I believe the first turn is that they're catching a lot of riders out, so there may be a good few riders down, so big 20 bike pile-up.
Is that all?
That's a good start.
Okay, we're up and running, and as you can see we've got obviously some riders tearing along the top of the ridge there, but we've got half the field basically doing, well, their version of Western Beach Race, really. There goes all the parents out there. Look at them, getting stuck in, literally. There'll be some clutches burning out there as well, no doubt. So a difficult start, let's just say that, for the autos here in the...
Tell you what, these guys know how to make the first lap happen, huh?
They're on it, yeah, these two coming across the line now. Oh, riders going all over the place, but so across the stripe we go. It was Casey Lister was leading the way, Riley Ray Barrow in second. So this is going to take quite a while to get all the riders over the line, because half of them are still on the first corner by the looks of it. Cohen Jagelski is in third ahead of William Evans. Aaron Todd he hasn't crossed the line yet. We've only had 4 riders cross the line. Now Aaron Todd crosses the line. Then Casey Crampton in 6th. Ethan Gawley, number 70, is in 7th ahead of Charlie Crampton. Ricky Barrett in 9th, and in 10th is Caden Brown. That's currently your top 10. Okay, so I think we've got a new race leader somewhere out on track. Well, I'm not sure if entirely, but it looks like they're starting to struggle out there. And it is going to be difficult for these kids indeed. They're just dropping like flies on this finish corner. I think the marshals are going to have arm pump more than the riders at the end of this one.
Yeah, there's about 5 bikes literally just gone down in front of the finish flag here, so just as you go past the finish, and there's one little kiddie, bless him, he's trying to get up to the finished tabletop here, and he's really struggling, so they're definitely giving it their all. He's
struggling, so's the bike.
All I want to do is run out and help him.
Oh, you do, Stu. Go on, Stu. Go on.
No.
Oh, get out and help him, Stu. And now he's burnt the clutch right out. This looks like the whole thing's on fire. Okay, just got a rider falling on the finish line here.
2 riders.
Two riders. Clearly, it's the clutch is just heading for burnout. The whole thing's steaming up. In fact, you could hear from the commentary booth that the clutch was basically on its way out. So there's going to be plenty of that going on.
Here we go. We've got one parent down helping out. That's good. The rest are running up.
But you know what? Fair play to them. In fact, fair play to all of them. Marshals, riders, parents.
Yes,
thank you for your commitment to the cause and having a good... Like, Mum's out there as well. Oh, Mum nearly went face down then. Well held.
Riley Ray Barrows just crossed the line there with a 2:04 lap time, and Casey Lister is doing a 2:25, so she's still yet to come through. William Evans, he came through with really, really nice standing up style. Probably the best option for a mucky day like today.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is, Stuart. As you well know, if you can save energy up on the pegs, let the bike move under you, once you start getting fatigued, this gets even worse. You have to try. I mean, I know they're only kids, but obviously if they can save energy and efficiency in their riding style, it all helps. And the sooner you learn that, the better chance you've got of making the grade.
What a save.
Yeah, that was more coming through, just about holding on.
More, yeah, he just about got through that one. Nice little save.
So he's in 8th, 9th Ryan Taylor, and then So Stuart Edmonds has now left the commentary box to go, and I think he feels like he wants to get involved. So I think he's gone out there to try and help some of these kids and push them along. As long as he's got high vis on, rules are rules.
That's the main thing. So jumping back onto the live stream today for the auto class. Like I say, always lots of messages for Riley Ray Barrow. Messages from Natalie. Go on, Casey. I'm going to bring up as well, obviously Brian Giles last year was one to watch anyway, because he was just sending everything, but where we are down at the finish, he has just gone past probably 4 or 5 riders by sending the finish tabletop just here. So I don't know if you can get that anywhere on the live stream camera when Brian comes back round. He's number 167. He's pretty impressive just to cut through all this bit of slop down here at the finish.
A bit of slop. Yeah, but no, for these bikes it certainly is. But like we said earlier, it's going to that horrible stage now.
Yeah.
Where it's starting to dry up and it's becoming heavier. At least this morning it was sloppy, it was wetter, so they could cut through the mud a bit easier. Now it's getting heavy and tacky. Mm-hmm. And for these little auto bikes, well, that's just hard going. So to get the speed up over this finish tabletop, fair play to that lad, he's flying. Race leader is still Cameron, well no, new one, Cameron Brand is your race leader. So
just a message from Joe Cooper on the live stream. Come on JJ, you're doing great. Another few messages. Go on Riley Barrow from Keith Barrow, I think that's Nan and Grandad. Just remember, if you are watching from the live stream at home, make sure you tag your friends and family, share the stream on Facebook. We are live on the BYC Championship Facebook page, the Live Motocross Facebook page, and also the RHL Activities YouTube channel. So just make sure you tune in, let me and Jeff know who you're rooting for this weekend, and just let us know who you're watching on the live stream. But very shortly I'll be catching up with some messages. Got people tuning in again from the live stream for Brian Giles, sending him some support. I know last time we was out when we did the live stream at Fat Cats, we had quite a lot of people watching from Thailand for Brian, which is obviously where he's from. So he's come over to compete in the BYC Championships over here at Little Silver.
that's cool.
Yeah, different, isn't it?
Yeah. Loving that. Okay, we got 2 minutes 42 to go plus a lap for these auto riders, and that's going to seem like an eternity, particularly for some parents who are huffing and puffing. These kids, as we've mentioned before, the parents are going to be puffing out of steam. The kids certainly will. I'll tell you what, as a parent, you put your kid out there, you think, right, you're concerned or whatever. What you do gain, a massive advantage in these conditions, is they're going to sleep well tonight.
Exactly.
In fact, I think every auto parent will sleep well as well. It's tiring work all round.
Yeah, there's just another great message on the live stream from Jake Moss. Take my hat off to the little rippers. Go on, dads as well. So I think he's having a bit of a laugh at home with the dads running up and down.
That's it. Football, it's not.
I'm not sure that's the leader.
Race leader there just took the front.
Right, we are getting towards the one lap board coming out here. We're about a minute and a half away. It's Casey Lister still leading the way, number 125. He set a ripper of a lap, by the way. He's flying, there's no doubt about it. He's getting quicker and quicker, number 125. He is, all of them are actually getting a bit quicker now. Track obviously drying out, but he is comfortably about 3 or 4 seconds quicker than anybody else. He has a nearly 7 second lead at the front of the field. It's still Riley Ray Barrow in second, Charlie Crampton in for third, number 221. Then it's Aaron Todd, currently 101, doing his thing and doing it rather well, in fourth. Then Ethan Gawley for fifth.
I know we've had a message coming in. In fact, someone else told me this in the paddock as well. Harry Dale, number 983. It is first year doing the BYC, so he's a complete rookie, and also the first time at Little Silver, and he is not scared. That's all I'm going to say. He's just gone flying past us at the finish.
Good on him. Well, you got to keep going. Flat out, I think. Otherwise, to just keep the bike upright.
Yep.
Right over at the far end of the circuit.
Okay, it is getting very, very hard work now. Actually, I'd say harder than it was in some cases for practice, even, because it's just getting that deep out there now. Jet Gardner just had a big old, he just jumped off the jump, just stopped dead and sort of catapulted out the front door.
And I think there's a dad just down here as well that's just got his son off the track, but lost a welly in the process. So I think he's managed to get that back now and heading back up the hill. A message from Sharon Black, go Charlie Crampton. Lots of messages flying in for Casey as well. Messages coming in for Aaron. There's just lots of nice messages flying in for these little kids. Lots of support, which is good, which is what we want to see.
Need to spread the love.
We do.
Not the virus, the love.
Yeah, no one wants any of that.
Right, the one lap board is indeed out. Casey Lister leads the way still, but setting a blistering time. Actually, he's gone quicker is Riley Ray Barrow in second. So he's working at getting the gap down with 1 to go. Caden Brand still in third.
More messages on the live stream from Ashley Feethan. I think I'm saying that right. Oh man, Harry Dale, come on dude. So he seems to have a lot of backing across the live stream this weekend. Also a message from James Lassou. Yes, Charlie Crampton, keep it singing. Loads of nice stuff flying in. Just have a look on the live stream as well and see whereabouts Brian Giles is out on track. I haven't seen him come past this last second.
No. Yeah, we're looking for Brian Giles because we're talking about him on the live feed here as well. I can't see him anywhere on the current top 25 or 26. So I hope he's still circulating out there.
I see him just coming down the back hill now, I think. Just a moment now. Number 167 he is. Hello to Don Carrick on the live stream. Hello guys. Deeka Davison. Come on JJ and Jacob.
There, the checkered flag goes out. It's a great race win for Casey Lister. He gets it done in impressive style. Number 125, and then let's just see who's going to get second. It was Riley Ray Barrow. And we're still waiting for Riley. Riley was having a good last lap, but then it looks like the timing screen looks like he's made a mistake. So is he still going to be in second? Still waiting for second place Riley across the line by our official timing, by the way. Obviously that's all has to be confirmed at the end of it all. This is the timing straight after the race, of course. That might not end up being the end result because you always have to wait for potential clerk of the court. There could be somebody made an error, cut a course, something like that. So the provisional result is Casey Lister leading or taking the race win ahead of Riley Ray Barrow. Does indeed come in second. And it's then Charlie Crampton we're waiting for, and Charlie is number 221. Not that many of you can see the numbers, to be fair. Now look at this. That's what it's about, right there. We got a parent down here who's all in. Is he? No, he's wearing. Looks like trainers. I'm sure they're not. He needs to invest in a decent pair of wellies. Riders going everywhere over the finish line down here, but the point is they're going over the finish line.
That's it. A lot of messages flying in for the kids on the live stream this weekend.
so this he's totally out of puff. That guy looks much fitter.
I think that's the one that lost the welly down on the finish.
We'll put the other one on charge. Let's the charge is recorded via the store.
Loads of messages flying in again. Messages from Sharon Black. Crampton boys, you're amazing, from Auntie Shaz. Terrific effort, Casey Lister. Got loads of messages flying in for him. Well done, boys. Amazing, all of you. So we are just going to cut to some race highlights now from the auto class, where the last few riders just finish over the line.
Blew up in smoke.
Jake Moss just making a good point on the live stream. Casey was flying at Sherwood. Big things to come from him, I'm guessing. Loads of messages flying in for Charlie Crampton as well. Well done, JJ Cooper and the Northeast boys. Well done to all the Crampton boys. Same again.
Well, they've got one more moto later on today, and by the time that the big bikes get out there, those ruts are going to be even bigger. So you watching live at home or wherever you are, you're seeing the obviously highlights of what can only be described as
wet,
organised, controlled carnage.
Just saying there on this live stream, I mean, Riley Ray there. I don't know if you can pick up it on our home. There's a little bit of a delay, but
it's like Hayden Stats bike. No, it wasn't Hayden, but look at it. Yeah, like bike clutches on burnout, but they love it. I mean, what else do you? I can't imagine what else you do on a weekend and what you talk about.
Exactly.
And like no other sport, I can say, because I've been in it long enough, and I'm biased, but I don't care. This sport is just amazing at uniting families and family time and bringing it together. There's nothing quite like it. You could have your kid want to be into football or something like that, but what do? You buy them a pair of boots, they go off coached, and you can't, without the support of parents, you simply can't do this sport. So it brings everybody together, and I would say, I reckon for about 70% of the people that get involved, possibly more, once you're in, you're in. And you're in for a very long time.
Just a big hello to everyone. If you are joining us on the live stream this weekend from Little Silver, make sure you are watching us on the British Youth Championship Facebook page, the Live Motocross Facebook page, and also the RHL Activities YouTube channel, where we'll be streaming live across all three.
Good stuff. In fact, great stuff.
Yeah. Jenna's got the right idea on the live stream. Jenna Kirkup, nothing better than a motocross weekend away. I like your style.
Yeah. So what? So she's is she here?
I'm assuming
hopefully she's here and watching the live stream. So
yeah, hopefully.
Okay, we have up next the second MXY2 moto.